New SAT, Test 1, Section 3, numbers 13 through 15. I suspect a lot of you will be watching this video because most of you missed these three problems. So let's get started. If x is greater than 3, which of the following is equivalent? They say that because they want to make sure that there's no 0 in the denominator, because that would be undefined. So, so what we're going to do is simplify this big complex fraction and see which one it looks like at the end of the day. Now to simplify it, it's called a complex fraction, so you look for the common denominator of all the denominators, which is x plus 2, x plus 3, and we're going to multiply every term we're going to multiply by x plus 2, x plus 3, because that's the common denominator. So I'm just going to put parentheses around here and put x plus 2 times x plus 3. Not a real difficult problem. This is definitely an algebra 1 problem. So let's just simplify it. So if we take 1 times x plus 2, x plus 3, we're going to get x plus 2 times x plus 3. That's your numerator. And what's going to happen is the x plus 2 is going to cross out with this x plus 2. So the first term is just going to be x plus 3. The second term, we're going to multiply x plus 2 times x plus 3 times the second term. The x plus 3's are going to cross out, and we're going to get x plus 2. Now, we don't see that answer anywhere because it needs to be further simplified. So in the numerator, it's FOILing problem. We're going to multiply the two binomials. So we're doing the first, outer, inner, last. So we need x squared. The outer is 3x, the inner is 2x, so that's 5x. And the last will be 6. And we're going to simplify the denominator. So x plus x is 2x, 2 plus 3 is 5. So we're going to look to see which one that looks like, and it looks like it's going to be B. So circle B. Not that hard. Maybe you're not used to doing those kind of problems, but you just look for the common denominator of all the denominators and multiply every term by that. Okay, now this one does get a little tricky. You're looking at it, you have no idea what to do. Look at this first, right here. And this is just more of an intuition kind of problem, but you could solve this. There's a couple different ways you can do this. You could solve this one for y and substitute it in here. You're going to have x's, and it's going to be complicated. The first thing you want to do is look at the bases of these. We can write 8 as 2 cubed. And then we have our x there that's left over, and the denominator is 2 to the y. The reason we do that, always look for that to see if you, when you have exponents, to see if you can write the bases in a different way so that the bases are the same. This happens fairly frequently. So when you have a fraction, or if you're doing something like 8 to the x times 2 to the y, always look for how you can get these two bases to be the same. Once we get the bases the same, if it's multiplication, we can add our exponents. If it's division, we subtract them. So we get 2 to the 3x minus y. And then if you look, 3x minus y is equal to 12. So it's going to be 2 to the 12. It's always nice and easy when you see someone else do it. It's harder when you're coming to this part in the test. Now remember, in the test, when you hit 13, 14, and 15, I didn't think 13 was very difficult at all, but 14 and 15 are kind of hard. Those are harder problems, so if you can't get them right away, move on to the grid-in, because the grid-in once starts with easier problems, and you won't waste time on these more difficult problems if you're stuck on them. So let's go to the next one. There's our answer right there, 2 to the 12. All right, the trickiest one of them all, you have to find. You have those two equations, expressions set equal to each other. You're supposed to, and they tell you that a plus b equals 8. What are two possible values for c? This is probably the hardest problem on the test. So right away you can see, oh, okay, I can FOIL it. Let's see what happens if I FOIL it. So let's FOIL the first binomial. So you get a, b, x squared. Your outer is 7ax plus your inner is 2bx. And your last will be plus 14 equals 15x squared plus cx plus 14. Now, You're wondering, okay, nothing really helped me there, but I do want to show you something. A times B is equal to 15. That's kind of important if you're looking on both sides of the equation. What's the coefficient of the x squared term? It's 15. So A times B has to be 15. So I'm going to say A times B equals 15. They give us that A plus B equals 8. So we have two equations with two unknowns, so we should be able to solve them. I'm going to solve it for A. So we're going to get, well, actually I did for B. You can do it either way. You get B equals 8 minus A. And then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to put it in where the B is. So we get A times 8 minus A. They're checking to see what your math skills are, if you can get this far. So you get 8A minus A squared equals 15. Now we're turning, that's a quadratic equation, so it has to be set equal to 0. I'm going to move everything to the right to make that A squared positive. So you get 0 equals A squared minus 8A plus 15. And I'm going to solve it by factoring. I'll this down a little bit. So we're going to get A minus 3, A minus 5. And solve it, we get A equals 3 and 5. Now you're going to notice those answers are up here. Let's look. Look at that, 3 and 5. Well, they want to know what are two possible values for C. All right, so they want to know what C is. So you have to recognize that this, let's take the x out of there. So we're going to get 7A plus 2B. I told you this one's difficult. This right here is equal to C, because it coordinates on the other side of the equation. What's in front of the x, or beside the x, is C. So we have 7A plus 2B equals C. We have two values for A, we need to find B. So B, we get two values. If we put the 3 in, we're going to get 5. And if we put 5 in, we're going to get 3. I'm just going to pick this set right here, 3 and 5. So 7 times 3 plus 2 times 5 equals C. So 21 plus 10 equals 31. Let's go up and see if there's an answer with that. Yep, 31 and 41. So if we would put 5 in for A and then 3 in for B, we would have got our 41. So that was a complicated problem. It's not impossible, but it does involve a lot of math. So if you're getting scores under 500, these are probably the kind that you would skip. So that's it for this part of the test. On to the grid ends.